My name is Chris Volpe. I'm running for Senate. I'm curious, the first thing you said. The first thing you said was that the stage was set, which my inference is that John Hughes did and shared ground, is what you meant by that, correct?
There's no other candidates, serious candidates in the race.
Okay, well, I'm running. I was the first active Democrat to run. There's 3 others right now. So whatever the definition of serious is.
How much money have you raised?
I'm sorry, what was that?
How much money have you raised?
Does it matter?
It does matter.
Okay.
Okay, there's the real world and then there's ideal world. To be a serious candidate.
I understand that, but also we have 9 months until the primaries, right? Shouldn't this be an active time where we can be getting new ideas, new thoughts, new comments? If there's one fucking thing that people were screaming from the rooftops for in 2024, it was for new, younger candidates with new ideas. So shouldn't we, instead of just closing the door, and obviously it's a little self-serving, so I apologize, but a little bit. But shouldn't we, at least for the next 9 months in the Democratic field, let's get those voices out there? It feels like we have this stage where people can go and advocate for themselves and promote. They're not even allowed in the building a lot of times. Wouldn't it be better for democracy in general this can apply to whoever, if we have more voices, at least during this intro period before we set the stage, in your words?
Yeah. Well, this is actually a good discussion to have. So this is a problem I think broadcasters face a lot. At what point do we cover so-called, I'll use this term respectfully, so-called minor candidates or less than competitive candidates? Because in the situation we have here, you do need money. Okay? You had to say that, it's all good. Okay? So we have rules. For a candidate to get on a debate stage sponsored by WOSU, you have to be a formal candidate, not just your name on the ballot. You have to have an organization, you have to be raising money, you have to get 5% of support in an unbiased poll. 5%. You ain't gonna win an election, because here's why. I have an hour for my debate, and we have 2 candidates who have a chance to win. And we have another candidate with 5%. That person, from a journalism and a public service standpoint, every minute that person speaks, they take away from the other candidates. They're making their positions on us challenging those candidates. That's the reality we have when we're putting on debates. We think it is a better public service. 5% is all they have to do. We've had candidates who have met that. We've met 7%. We invited them onto the stage. So that's our thinking. And I think for news coverage, if we, every line, every inch of print, we have to be competitive, I think.
Yeah, I think that's the key thing. You have to be competitive. And I just, I see a lot of people who are like you, actually, and they start by running for president, or they start by running for U.S. Senate or governor, but they haven't really held office in another place and worked up. So therefore, they don't have the campaigns from lower offices to follow with them. They don't have that name recognition to follow with them, and they don't have the structure. And the structure, not having that, kind of hurts their ability to go up the channel. Does that make sense?
Well, that's a sign of a strength of a campaign. Sorry, it's the way it is in this country. Until we publicly finance campaigns, which would be a great idea, that's the deal. We got to move on. Go ahead, sir.